Hello, everyone. Today I'll be talking about Jiangnan Sizhu, a traditional Chinese instrumental ensemble that originated in the Jiangnan region near Shanghai. In this presentation, I'll be discussing the cultural role of Jiangnan Sizhu, the instruments used within the ensemble, and some of the major musical characteristics that help define its sound and performance. Before looking at the instruments and musical style, it's important to first understand what Jiangnan Sizhu is and where the tradition comes from. Jiangnan Sizhu is a traditional Chinese chamber ensemble that originated in the Jiangnan region around Shanghai in the lower Yangtze River. The phrase Sizhu roughly translates to silk and bamboo, referring to the traditional materials used to make many of the instruments within the ensemble. Silk refers to the string instruments, while bamboo refers to the flutes and other wind instruments. Unlike large formal concert traditions, Jiangnan Sizhu is most commonly performed in smaller community settings such as tea houses and social gatherings. Because of this, the tradition places a strong emphasis on participation, cooperation, and interaction between performers rather than individual virtuosity. Understanding this social and community-centered environment is important because it helps explain many of the musical characteristics and performance practices found within Jiangnan Sizhu. One of the most important aspects of Jiangnan Sizhu is its role as a social music tradition. Unlike many ensemble traditions that focus primarily on formal concerts or professional performance, Jiangnan Sizhu is most often performed in relaxed community settings such as tea houses, homes, or music clubs. Many of the performers are amateur musicians who participate for enjoyment, social interaction, and shared musical experience. Because of this, participation is generally valued more than technical virtuosity. The goal is not necessarily to stand out as a soloist, but rather to contribute to a balanced and cohesive ensemble sound. This emphasis on cooperation and interaction also reflects broader cultural ideals within Chinese music and philosophy, particularly ideas related to harmony and balance between individuals within a group. These cultural values strongly influence the way the ensemble sounds and functions, especially through the instruments used within the tradition. Jiangnan Sizhu ensembles combine both string and bamboo wind instruments to create a balanced chamber sound with a wide variety of timbres and textures. While the ensemble itself is relatively small, each instrument contributes to a unique role and sound color that helps shape the overall texture of the music. Some of the most common instruments found in Jiangnan Sizhu ensembles include the erhu, the dizi, the pipa, the yangqin, the sheng, and the xiao. In the next several slides, I'll go through these instruments individually and discuss both their musical role within the ensemble and the distinctive sounds they contribute to Jiangnan Sizhu. The erhu is one of the most recognizable instruments in Chinese music and is known for its highly expressive sound. It is a two-stringed bowed instrument, and unlike many bowed instruments, the bow is actually threaded between the two strings rather than moving across the outside of them. The erhu frequently carries melodic lines within Jiangnan Sizhu ensembles and is capable of a wide range of ornamentation and expressive pitch inflection. Its tone is often described as warm, emotional, and vocal-like. Players can create smooth slides, vibrato, and subtle changes in the pitch that give the instrument a very lyrical and expressive quality. As you listen to this example, pay attention to the smooth phrasing, expressive vibrato, and pitch slides that help give the erhu its distinctive emotional character. While the erhu is known for its warm and expressive sound, the dizi brings a much brighter and more energetic timbre to the ensemble. The dizi is a traditional Chinese bamboo transverse flute and is one of the most recognizable wind instruments used in Jiangnan Sizhu. One of the instrument's most distinctive features is a thin, vibrating membrane called the demo, which is placed over one of the holes in the flute. This membrane creates the buzzing resonance that gives the dizi its characteristic sound. The instrument is capable of very agile playing and frequently performs ornamented melodic passages that help add movement and energy to the ensemble texture. Compared to some of the warmer sounding instruments, the dizi has a bright and penetrating tone that can cut clearly through the ensemble. As you listen to this example, pay attention to the bright buzzing quality created by the membrane, along with the fast ornamentation and flowing melodic passages performed by the instrument. Another important instrument within Jiangnan Sizhu is the pipa. The pipa is a four-stringed plucked lute known for its bright, energetic, and highly articulate sound. It has a pear-shaped body and is typically played using finger picks attached to the performer's right hand, which allows for very fast plucking techniques and ornamentation. Within the ensemble, the pipa contributes both melodic material and rhythmic energy. Its sharp attacks and crisp articulation help add definition and motion to the overall texture. The instrument is also capable of rapid tremolos and highly decorative passages that create a very active and expressive musical character. As you listen to this example, pay attention to the sharp attacks, fast tremolos, and energetic rhythmic motion created by the instrument. While the pipa adds sharp articulation and rhythmic energy to the ensemble, the yangqin contributes a much more resonant and sustained sound. The yangqin is a hammered string instrument played using lightweight bamboo beaters. Rather than plucking or bowing the strings, performers strike them to produce a bright and shimmering tone. Within Jiangnan Sizhu ensembles, the yangqin helps add texture, resonance, and rhythmic clarity to the overall sound. Its sustained ringing quality helps connect both the melodic and rhythmic layers of the ensemble, creating a smoother and more flowing texture. Compared to some of the more sharply articulated instruments, the yangqin produces a more continuous wave of sound that helps fill out the ensemble. As you listen to this example, pay attention to the instrument's bright resonance and the flowing texture created by the sustained ringing of the strings. Another important wind instrument used within Jiangnan Sizhu is the sheng. The sheng is a mouth organ made up of multiple bamboo pipes and is capable of producing several pitches simultaneously. Because of this, the instrument is often used to add sustained harmonic support and help fill out the texture of the music. The sheng has a smooth, reed-like tone that is often described as soft, floating, and resonant. Unlike many of the other instruments discussed so far, the sheng is capable of producing multiple notes at once, which gives it a unique role within the tradition. As you listen to this example, pay attention to the instrument's sustained tones, smooth airflow, and rich reed-like timbre. Another bamboo wind instrument commonly used in Jiangnan Sizhu is the xiao. Unlike the brighter and more energetic sound of the dizi, the xiao has a much softer and calmer tone quality. The xiao is a vertical, in-blown bamboo flute that is often associated with reflective and meditative expression. Its sound is breathier, smoother, and more mellow than the dizi, which allows it to create a more relaxed and flowing musical character. Because of the softer timbre, the xiao is often used to create a more calm and expressive atmosphere within the music. As you listen to this example, pay attention to the breathy tone quality, smooth phrasing, and relaxed character of the instrument. In addition to the more commonly featured instruments, Jiangnan Sizhu ensembles may also include instruments such as the sanxian and the qinchin. The sanxian is a three-stringed, fretless lute with a long neck and a snakeskin-covered body. It produces a dry, punchy timbre with strong articulation and short sustain, which helps add rhythmic energy and texture to the ensemble. The qinchin is a smaller, plucked lute that typically plays more of a supporting role within the group. Compared to the sanxian, the qinchin has a lighter and more delicate sound that blends more subtly into the ensemble texture. Together, these instruments help expand the variety of timbres and textures found within Jiangnan Sizhu performance. Although Jiangnan Sizhu is primarily focused on melodic instruments, light percussion is also sometimes used within the ensemble. Two common percussion instruments are the paibon and the bangzi. The paibon is a wooden clapper instrument that helps maintain pulse and rhythmic structure within the music. It produces a dry and sharp clicking sound with a very precise articulation. The bangzi is a wooden block percussion instrument used to add rhythmic punctuation and emphasis. Its sound is hollow, crisp, and highly articulate. Unlike percussion in many larger ensemble traditions, these instruments are generally used very subtly. Their purpose is not to dominate the texture, but rather to provide rhythmic support while allowing the melodic instruments to remain the primary focus of the ensemble. After looking at the individual instruments, it becomes easier to understand how they function together within a full Jiangnan Sizhu ensemble. One of the defining characteristics of the ensemble is the way instruments share melodic material while still maintaining their own unique timbres and ornamentation. Rather than having one instrument carry the melody while the others accompany it, multiple instruments often perform the same melodic framework at the same time while adding their own variations and expressive details. This creates a layered and constantly shifting texture known as heterophony, which is one of the most important characteristics of Jiangnan Sizhu. As you listen to this example, pay attention to the blending of instrumental timbres, the shared melodic lines, and the different ornamentation being performed simultaneously throughout the ensemble. One of the most important musical foundations of Jiangnan Sizhu is the use of pentatonic melody. Pentatonic scales are five-note scales that are commonly found throughout many forms of traditional Chinese music. In the example shown on the slide, the pentatonic scale built on C uses the notes C, D, E, G, and A. Unlike a traditional seven-note major scale, the fourth and seventh scale degrees are omitted, which helps create the smooth and open melodic quality often associated with pentatonic music. Jiangnan Sizhu melodies are frequently built around these pentatonic pitch collections, which contribute to the flowing melodic contours heard throughout the tradition. Another important concept within Jiangnan Sizhu is chupai, which are shared melodic frameworks used as the basis for many pieces within the repertoire. I'll talk a little bit more about chupai and repertoire on the next slide. The first video I'll show demonstrates a D major pentatonic scale, which uses the notes D, E, F sharp, A, and B, while still following the same general 5-note structure. As you listen, pay attention to the smooth melodic contour and the absence of strong half-step tension that is commonly found in 7-note scales. The second example is a short street performance that demonstrates how these pentatonic melodic ideas and flexible performance practices appear within an actual Jiangnan Sizhu setting. As you listen, pay attention to the flowing melodic lines and the way performers ornament and reshape the melodic material throughout the performance. At the center of Jiangnan Sizhu tradition is a collection of repertoire commonly known as the 8 Great Pieces, or Badaku. Rather than functioning as completely fixed compositions, these pieces serve as shared musical frameworks that performers reinterpret through ornamentation, phrasing, variation, and changes in instrumentation. Because of this, different performances of the same piece can sound noticeably different while still maintaining the same core melodic material. The 2 examples you are about to hear are both performances of the piece Xingzhe, which translates to walking through the streets. As you listen to this first performance, pay attention to the instrumentation, tempo, ornamentation, and overall texture of the ensemble. The second performance presents the same piece, but with noticeable differences in interpretation and ensemble texture. This example also includes percussion performed using both the paibon and the bangzi simultaneously by a single performer, which helps demonstrate how subtle percussion can support rhythmic structure within Jiangnan Sizhu without overpowering the ensemble. As you listen, compare the instrumentation, ensemble balance, ornamentation, and rhythmic feel between the 2 performances. Thank you all for listening. I hope this presentation helped provide a better understanding of Jiangnan Sizhu and the ways its instruments, musical characteristics, and cultural traditions work together to create a unique ensemble sound and performance practice.